almost had a problem there. Step up to the mic to get this going. And I had a massive sneeze. That could have been a disaster. But welcome, chat. Welcome, everybody, to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars Reforged. We're in Ireland. We found an old Irish castle. And our nemesis, the goat. Look at him, just standing there, chewing. Hope you're all doing well. It's a pretty cold, horrible day in the UK. It's been a pretty cold, horrible week, to be honest. So this is going to bring some sunshine and warmth into certainly my day, because I love this game.
The goat's movements were restricted by a halter tied to a metal post.
So we should be fine then, yeah? You can get up now, George. It's fine. We've tested it. I love this game so much. Oh, I didn't mean for you to get up there. Oh, God. Right, okay. That wasn't my intention to do it a second time. Head this way. We need to get past the goat. Have we got anything in our bag? Oh, okay. I mean, it'd have been nice to, when it charges you, just shock it. That'll push it away, wouldn't it?
Hey, Billy! The animal fixed on me with an evil glare. Behind the malice and resentment, there was a cool intelligence. How you doing, boy? I felt as threatened as I'd been by the assassin and his goons in Paris.
He's a terrifying goat. Our nemesis.
It was a rusted piece of iron, maybe part of a plow or something.
I'm gonna have concussion by the end of this. Surely I can throw something at it. Need to distract it somehow. Can we, like, sneak? No. Go, go, go. While it's moving, while it's moving, while it's moving. Okay, you win. No, don't go. Right. We need something to distract this goat with. Anything.
Hey,
that
Billy!
isn't George.
The goat responded with a cool and penetrating stare.
What if... Do you want a red nose? You want to play fetch with a red nose? No. Okay. Okay. Alright, come on. George, figure it out. No, 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 no. That goat will get you. I need some cat food or something to... Thank God that held. Back to the bar. Surely we can get... What did goats eat? Scampi fries? Surely a goat will eat scampi fries, yeah?
Hey, McGuire.
What do you want to know?
Goat. Okay, maybe not.
See you later, kid.
Hey, Thomas.
Okay,
welcome.
mister.
Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here. Yeah, the infamous goat. The nemesis of this game. George's life. His greatest nemesis. I mean, if we still had his wire, we could have tried to garrote it. How's the investigation going?
Hello.
Hello there. Let me introduce you to my pals.
We've already met. I want you to know you have my sympathy.
Oh, it's just terrible, awful. It's the worst news I heard all day. Let's talk the bad news all right for this week and the next. The whole year. It's worse than that. It's the worst disaster in living memory. Isn't it the biggest calamity in the history of the village? Oh, you would say it's the biggest in the history of Ireland?
The most awesome disaster since mankind paddled out of the primal plot.
There's no beer.
What? No beer?
Is a glass of beer more important than a man's life?
Yes.
Were you talking to me?
To all of you. Sean Fitzgerald has met with God knows what, and all you can do is drink.
Sean has gone for a ride in a flash car, that's all. Why don't you calm down and join us?
We said there was no beer.
I gotta go.
Oh no, it's not the puzzle that makes the goat the nemesis. It's the fact that
Excuse me.
it's George's
Yes,
biggest
sir?
enemy.
I don't want anything.
Just give me a shout when you do.
I can probably fix the pump though. Yeah, I've played this game before. I played it on release back in '96. Was it '96 when it came out on the PlayStation? I mean, a big stick could do it. And then I played it a couple of times since, different versions of it. So this is more
I
just a
searched
memory
the
fresher.
trash, but there was nothing useful there.
Surely we can
The carton
find
was
something.
damp and soggy. Useless.
There's something with the towel, but I don't remember. It's not the faucet. He's not going to let me fix the pump, is he? Why did I need the bar towel? That's what I'm trying to remember. You already beat Reforged this weekend. Yeah, it's been out a week now, hasn't it? Yeah, they're not very long games, especially when you know what you're doing. But they're just an absolute... Well, this one is an absolute joy to play. You've been there like 20 times? Didn't like the director's cut. I think I played the director's cut last time on the channel. It was the first series of videos I ever did. For this channel was...
Hello again.
Broken Sword. Well, the first one.
What? I think I know what you saw on the castle wall.
I know what I saw.
I don't think so. It was the kid, McGuire.
What?
Love this music.
He was up on the wall last Tuesday night. He thought you were the Phantom of Lochmarn.
Oh.
So you gonna tell me about it now?
Ghosts don't bother me. I still want to visit that castle.
You can't. It's not open to the public.
There's no one around to stop me, is there?
That's right. Nothing human, anyhow.
I just
see you
remember there
later.
being a goat. Really want some scampi fries. I know how to do
Hello?
it. I just don't
Hola.
remember starting it.
J'écoute.
Took you 12 hours?
Nico?
Who is this?
It's about,
It's me,
yeah, I remember
George.
it being about that long.
Are you okay?
Yes, of course I am.
Well, take care. I'll be back soon.
We've
Yeah,
got the gem,
thanks for
George.
calling, George. Any signs of our friend the clown?
Yeah, he turned up dressed as a pixie.
What? Did he see you?
He came back and talked to me.
Are you crazy, George? The killer knows who you are.
Relax. It wasn't me he was after. It was Peagram's gem.
Which is in my pocket. Oh, yeah, everything, art style wise, everything is so nice in this. The characters look incredible. I feel like it is the original audio. Which is slightly annoying. Hey Mike, how we doing? Nice to see you.
Hey,
The
McGuire.
Irish Fiddle, yeah.
What do you want to know?
I know who the ghost was. Apparently I can't tell you.
Have you ever seen this man before?
We know he has.
What a slimy character. No, I never seed him.
They've got the
See you later,
old
kid.
Halo thing where you can
Okay,
change
mister.
between... That's amazing. It's the lighting for like the... Oh, wow. That brings back memories. The pumps actually look like pumps as well. I did not know that they've added a fish. Cracker's gone. So it does. That's cool. Thank you for letting me know that one, Thomas. I would never have figured out, and I would never have pressed tab while playing this. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Ah. So, the Scampy Fries weren't there in the original game, so that's not what we're doing. Yeah, George has a retro filter to go with his retro hair. Amazing. I love George. Don't know why. So that means don't hit? That's cool. There's something to do with this as well.
I took hold of the grating and pulled hard.
Do I still... No,
But
I
it
don't
didn't
still
move.
have the thing. I've used the, Look at the difference. That's incredible. Well, I guess that's almost 30 years difference. Right, climb up. There's something... I need a distraction, George. I need a distraction. You turn on the old text as well? This one's fine. Right, you. I need you. This side. I'm sure I'm missing something. Can I distract it with the gem? Look at... It looks like a ghost. Oh, its ears don't wiggle anymore. It locks you into the animation, doesn't it? Yeah, it locks you in. Right, okay. Right, so you can get up and go for it now. Oh, come on, George. You just need to walk around that way. You stay there for a minute. What I think. need to move that. Whip it with a bar towel. Oh, I cannot remember. There's something. I think you distract it with something. You want to look at the gem? Shiny gem? Because it locks me into the enemy, so I can't feint and go around the right. And then when it charges... Don't want to speak to it, because it's not going to answer me. Sure, I'm missing something. Sure, I'm missing an item. Some sort of food. Why would you give it a tissue? I don't know. I blind it? No. Come on, brain, think. You've done this before. There's nothing else in this area. Just the goat and the plough. And obviously the ladder. Can't pick up any of these flowers. Haven't got any food. And it's obviously not that, because once I'm up there I can't take that out. Like, part of me wanted to use that as a hook and pull the plough around, but you can't. I need a run key. There's nothing food-wise that I can pick up here. Can't go that way. No reason to go any further than this. This is the only place that we get. Can I take that out?
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
I mean, we can short circuit the remembering camp. Surely we can just get the goat something. I want to go down the trap though.
It wasn't my nerves that stopped me jumping. It was my damned legs. They wouldn't move.
We'll do it the long way then. There's... oh, well, there is a way. Isn't it funny, memory, how you remember things, but you don't remember how to do them? Right, so they're out of beer. We need to fix the pump. The fiddler keeps on playing. He's got his wire back, or he's just got another piece of wire. He doesn't put it down, does he? He does. He does put it down. Come on, produce you a little piece of wire, your little garrote. That's how I'm going to fix the pumps, I think. I love that animation. Did it do that in the old? Yeah, it did. It won't let me grab it, I've already grabbed one. Right.
I looked at the plug I'd fixed and felt a glow of pride. All my own work.
There is a way to fix the pumps. don't remember how, why, when, what.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
Dad just washes the bar towel.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
This is how we get the barman out of the way.
I tried to pull the lever, but it wouldn't move with the trap door open.
And I can't close the trapdoor. Right, let's leave you running. We've not blocked it. I need access to the pumps. It is nice to see the old graphics, yeah, but you'll stick with the new. Yeah. I love the new. The new's really pretty.
Excuse me. Yes, sir?
Pumps. Let me fix your pumps.
May I borrow this towel?
You can keep it.
Thanks.
Can I see Pilgrim's room?
It's been taken by one of the brothers from the reformatory. They come every year for spiritual refreshment.
That's a good one. Their idea of refreshment is a good full of stout.
I wouldn't want to disturb a man of God, especially not a big fella from the bad boys' home.
I don't blame you, Mick. That brother's got muscles like a muscle man.
It's not this, is
Check
it?
out my card.
I've already seen it.
I've seen it, for heaven's sake.
So let me fix the pumps.
Thanks. Hey,
Hello there again, mister.
oh, nothing really. Hello.
What now?
What about Sean? Why aren't you out looking for him?
There's no point in launching an ill-equipped expedition to save the lad. In a life-or-death situation, preparation is essential.
I agree.
That's why I slipped in here.
For a pint.
I gotta go. He wasn't listening.
No, nothing from the Riddler. Right, go. Come on. Honestly. Brain. Function.
I was about to reach for the pump when I came to my senses.
Pump
A
doesn't work.
rash move like that in a strange country with strange customs could be my last.
You like the dialogue? Yeah, I love the script. It feels of its time, but it flows so well.
Touching the glass washer would have been like putting my hand in a blender.
It's very European. I mean, it was made in the UK, wasn't it? Right, now I'm here.
It was an electric pump operated by pushing a small lever.
Yeah, so how do we fix it? There's nothing here. I can't get any food. I can't get any snacks. Thought the running tap would have sent him running. Maybe I need to block it with something. Yeah, I don't know either, George. I'm stumped. It's light enough in here. We don't need the flashlight anymore. We need the flashlight for later.
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping. The slow drip of water barely dampened the towel.
Is there not something that you do with it? Something with the tissue as well. I remember the tissue. Don't remember what I'm doing. Where is the cellar pump? That isn't anything we can interact with. I've got a wet towel with nothing to do. There was something with the sacks as well.
I searched the trash, but there was nothing useful there.
I remember for some reason leaving the tap turned on, but the sink overflowed, but that might not have been this game. I might need a hint in a bit, yeah. Missing something. And I'm pretty sure it's something that I haven't got. Right, so I can climb inside the castle, but there's a mean goat blocking my path. Perhaps the goat is its own worst. Oh, it's on a timer. Nice. I like that. It doesn't just give you. I mean, maybe in the story mode it might, but it doesn't just give you hints. Perhaps the goat is its own worst enemy. I agree. I like this story so far as well. Look at him. The fool. Got himself hit by a car. I need the goat. He's too slow getting up to move unless we get the goat. Maybe the trick is to get the goat to hit me, but then I've got to get from left to right. I'm not missing anything? Okay, that's good to know. That's enough to... And I really want someone to shake my hand. Or the goat. Music. Come and get me. I'm trying to fake it out. Right, so you get up. He's too slow, get right. So you're gonna hit me again. There's no rush, is there? Yeah, you're not asked. That little whip. Can I get over here? Because like, in my head, a normal person would just go from that point across to there. Do you want to see my ID? I would say I'm... But then he just walks into the goat again. It's that little whip.
It was a rusted piece of iron. Maybe part of a plow or something.
Really want to turn it. I need to get up there. Feed it a tissue. A gross, horrible tissue. That'll give it thought. Can I know?
The towel had dried out and was barely damp.
That's fine.
It was a bright red plastic nose, part of a clown's costume.
There's something with that as well that I need to do, but I don't think it's yet. There's nothing here that's going to help me with a goat. So when it charges you, the rope around its neck whips, and there's a way to catch it on the plough. That's what I'm trying to do. So to do that, you need to move the plough. I can't move the plough because the goat keeps ramming me from there. And if I go this side to feint it out, it charges, I get knocked down, and it takes him so long to get back up, the goat's back in position. Unless I... Well, no, because then it will just be around here. It's that little whip. This is the bit that I'm struggling with. Because then that locks the goat over that side, and we can go down there. And a normal human being would be able to just walk through here. Pretty much there, George. I mean, honestly. You are pretty much there. But then for some reason he walks back and... Right, now get up quick. Oh, he's too slow. Even I'm quicker than that, and I've got a dodgy leg and a knackered spine. You just stay there a minute. There's nothing in the matchbook. There's no point in doing anything with the towel. It's dry anyway. So it is just timing. I want it to come over this way. And then I've got to run over that way. We did it with something else earlier in this playthrough. Right, move. No. It locks you in the animation when he charges. Unless I can click on the goat when he comes at me. That's not where I clicked. I'm trying to just tease it. Come on, Billy. I don't even know what the timing thing is.
It was a rusted piece of iron, maybe part of a plow or something.
Do I remember that falling down? George, you could run. Like, if you wanted to, you really could run at this. Nah. But surely as it's going back... There you go, that little whip there. That's what we're trying to get caught on something. that just takes me back up. There's nothing up here though, is there? There's no way along. I can't take that out.
I tugged at the lifting key and found it was held quite securely.
Which is what we want. I'm half tempted to watch back my other playthrough, because I'm pretty sure I labelled up one of the parts as the goat. You're a pain in the ass, aren't you?
Hey, Billy. The goat responded with a cool and penetrating stare. Maybe not.
Maybe. I don't see any reason to put anything together either. All you need to do is grab that shot. It's not that hard. That's just cruel. We're not playing the Dark Urge at the minute.
The goat's movements were restricted by a halter tied to a metal post.
That. As he's backing up, you are so slow getting up. If I had me stick, I'd stick the stick in the... No, that's not what I wanted. I'm even pressing the wrong button now. I want to grab it or something. I can't lure it around so it comes around and gets stuck on there as we rush in. I need to move that. How the fuck do I move that? The first part of this game that's truly stumped me. And George is going to have a head injury because of it. But it locks me into the animation is the problem. Trying to see if this jogs any memories. It doesn't. I mean, look at the difference in that. That's just incredible. Right, go. You and me. Goat wrestling. Yep, move. No. It just sticks you in it. What's that? Yeah, so now you just get up and go, get up and go, get up and go. It's too slow. Oh, he does run. There you go. Why did it take you so long to do that?
The rope by which the goat was tethered
That's me not
had
clicking
become
it.
tangled on
It's
the old
ridiculous.
plowshare.
Like, how did I forget that? Or how did I not even try that?
Hey,
The myth,
Billy.
the legend.
The goat responded with a cool and penetrating stare.
You see, I know what to do. It's just remembering how to do it. A lot of the time. It's not just this game, that's life. Can we tab in these as well? No, we can't. This is probably for the best. Although I remember the cutscenes being pretty nice. For its time. We're finally starting to get it.
Behind the altar was a carved panel decorated with animals, birds, and plants.
Oh, I know why we need the towel. I know why we need the towel. It's all coming back now.
The bench had probably been used by Pegram and his archaeological team.
It's not that different, is it really? It's a lot of it is lighting and detail.
I placed my fingers and thumb into the holes in the wall. Nothing happened. As I dipped my fingers into the soft white powder, I realized what it was.
Cocaine.
Plaster of Paris.
Oh.
I'd used it in kindergarten to make casts of animal paw prints. It was a statue which had fallen from its place on the wall. 5 fingers of stone projected from the back of the carving.
So lift it up.
The statue was too heavy to lift. It overbalanced into the sand. As I swung the stone upright, I noticed it had left a pattern of holes in the sand.
Well, isn't that clever?
I sprinkled the plaster on the sand until the holes were filled.
Now I just need some water. I wonder where I'll get water from.
I reached into the sack, but it was empty.
Oh, George. No. No. Say it ain't so. So if I double click, does he run? No, it's just that point. I'll be back in a bit, Billy. Look after the place for me. He looks so pissed off. Oh, that's pure nostalgia when I play this. I'm pretty sure when me and my dad first played it back in '96 on his PlayStation, I didn't live with him. I didn't see him often, to be fair. But when we first played it, the goat is where we got stuck for a long time. We just couldn't figure out the goat. And it happened again. Some years later. It's no good saying timing is everything when George doesn't run, though. Unless you do a specific thing. But that's part of the charm of these point-and-click games.
The
Right,
faucet
George, you gotta be quick.
coughed and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water.
I knew we needed the towel wet for something. Oh, I've got more plaster of Paris. Cool.
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water.
I'm not going to waste water.
I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Right, I'll be back to fix your pumps in, like, a bit. I do like the fiddler. Right, Maguire. You keep an eye out for the pixie. Run, George. The towel is drying out. That is not a euphemism. It's the little attention to detail, like when the sewer key turns, when you put your foot on it and things like that. It's just so smart, even back then. Nicole, thank you for the sub. Nice to have you here. Hope you're doing well. Have you been quick enough, George?
The trickle of water was quickly absorbed by the plaster.
Good. Just give it a minute.
I tried in vain to move the panel.
How quick does plaster of Paris dry?
I eased the solid piece of plaster from the sand. Underneath, it had formed a perfect copy of the statue.
Stick it in the holes.
The hardened plaster cast fitted snugly into the 5 matching sockets. There was a soft thud, then silence.
Now we're getting into it. This is where the game really starts to pick up from Island. So pretty. Compared to what it used to be, it's so pretty. Back in Nico's apartment.
So, where did you stay last night?
At McDevitt's, I got to drinking with Doyle and a couple of the guys.
That explains why you look so ill today. Did you get any sleep at all?
Not much. I had to share the room with another guy.
Did he snore?
Hardly. He was dead,
And you say Pegram has disappeared?
without a trace. But my visit wasn't a complete waste of time.
Pegram's gem?
Every girl loves diamonds.
The Templars
Right.
gem. Whoever Jacques Marquet is, he's in for a disappointment.
Jacques Marquet?
He's the guy who should have collected the gem from Fitzgerald.
What are your plans?
I want to find out who, what, or where Montfaucon was. All I've got to go by is the name and a picture of a hanged man.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn.
So you don't want to talk about the gem.
The ninth scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
But it's that bit I'm looking at.
There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod.
Pegram's gem. We need the tripod.
That's the tripod in the Crew Museum.
You can't actually interact with this. This is just a... It's this bit that you've got to interact with. What about the sewing guy?
There's a guy working on a loom.
Insightful, George. Incredibly insightful. No wonder you had little things on there. You can hardly see what's going on. Can't even read the Latin. You know it's Latin, but you can't read the Latin. I bet they had an absolute blast redoing all this.
Let's take
No,
another
that's
look at the manuscript.
that's not what I pressed. I pressed the gem. I think I pressed the gem.
Do you want to look after the gem?
No, Josh. I'd be too tempted to sell it.
Actually, I didn't think she had a cat cushion. All the records, I thought they were new. Right, we have a new game. While we're playing this, we're going to play What's New in the Scene. Oh, we've got that back. Cool. I think we're done.
I can't sit here all day, much as I'd like to.
Okay. Don't forget to look for Lopinot at the Krun Museum. And why don't you see if Rosso has heard anything?
Okay. Anything else I can do for you while I'm out? Shopping, a trip to the laundromat?
Just take care of yourself.
She likes him. You can tell. We'll check in with Rosso first because he's useless. Yeah, that's back. Nice. Recover an ancient artifact from Loch Marn. It's nice having achievements as well. Please. I think we can go back to the cafe as well.
Excuse me,
What do you want now?
is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
No.
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur.
I know he's just trying to do his job, but
It's
honestly...
Stobbart, monsieur. He insists on talking to you again.
Thank you, Moo.
Moo's great. I do like Moo.
What now, monsieur?
Have you heard of Professor Pegram, the archaeologist?
Molly Pegram, the second son of Lord Barclay Pegram.
I don't know. I only read about him in a magazine.
So much for the efficacy of rehabilitation. What has he done this time?
He made an important archaeological find in Ireland.
I think we're talking about someone else.
Do you know Pegram well?
I have connections with the family, but I wouldn't say I knew him at all.
Is his name really Molly?
Of course not. That was the nickname he was given at school. All his friends and acquaintances know him as Molly.
Interesting.
Ever heard of a guy called Marquet? Jacques Marquet?
Marquet. I know the name well. He has a record for suspected blackmail, kidnapping, arson, and art theft.
Sounds like a guy.
Huh? How come he's on the loose?
His bravado is matched only by the courtroom skills of his attorney.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
No.
It's the face of a killer.
The man who bombed the cafe?
The photograph
very
was
same.
taken soon after the explosion. He'd escaped through the sewers, leaving a trail of clues behind him.
Circumstantial evidence, Stobbart. None of it proves a thing.
Oh, whatever.
So long, Inspector.
We got some information. Some. Not much. Has the hospital opened up yet? No. Right, let's speak to the worst character in this game. And the second game. I know he's in the second game. The second game's good. I enjoyed it. It's not as good as this one. I hate this guy so much.
I beg your pardon. Are you Andre Lobino?
That's me. You want my autograph?
No. I was told you may be able to help me.
Help?
My name is George Stobbart. I'd like your professional opinion.
Well, okay. Shoot.
Does the name Montfaucon mean anything to you?
Sure. It was the most grisly spectacle in Paris until the Revolution.
A public toilet?
Montfaucon was the place of execution for many thousands. A dark temple of death, with row upon row of arches, each one framing a grim exhibit. Scores of rotting corpses swung on creaking rope, while the crows devoured their flesh.
That explains the image of the hanged man. I found a reference to Montfaucon in Ireland, in a village called Loch Marn.
Loch Marn? That's where Pegram was digging.
That's right.
He'd left the excavation before I arrived.
How do you know Pegram?
Do you know Pegram well?
Not really. I met him at a conference. I would have liked to talk to him in depth, but I didn't have time.
When was this?
Oh, back in the summer, July, I think.
The second week of July?
Maybe. Yes, it was, just before Bastille Day.
All
So
colliding together.
Pegram was in Paris at the same time as the other victims.
Pardon? Victims of what?
Nothing. Just thinking aloud. Where was the site of Montfaucon?
To the northeast, near the Canal Saint-Martin, but there's nothing there now. The old gibbet was torn down during the Revolution.
It's probably a good thing.
What can you tell me about Philippe le Bel?
He was responsible for the extermination of the Knights Templar.
I know that, but why was Philip so hot to get rid of them?
Mostly because he wanted to get his hands on their treasure. He had an enormous debt and a lifelong war with England to fund. The trouble was, the Templars were a highly respected holy order.
Go on.
If the Templars were so powerful, how did this Philippe dude wipe them out?
By underhanded, dishonorable means, of course. The Pope was Clement V, a Frenchman.
French, huh? Handy for Philippe.
Fate had nothing to do with it. He was Philippe's puppet, planted to further his political ambitions. Philippe wanted the wealth of the Templars and used Clement to get it.
So what was Philippe's plan? What happened?
Sealed orders were sent out all over France, not to be opened until the appointed day. That day was Friday, July 13th. That's the origin of our superstition regarding that date. At dawn, throughout the whole of France, the Templars were arrested. It was the biggest bust in the history of the world.
And what happened then?
What happened to the Templars after their arrest?
Philippe was out for blood, so he handed the Templars over to the Inquisition. Not surprisingly, they confessed to a sensational and sordid list of blasphemies.
Like what?
Oh, the sort of things you read about in the gutter press. Devil worship, lewd sexual practices, spitting on the Holy Cross, that kind of thing.
Well, that must have given their lawyers some headaches.
Whether or not the accusations were true, this was not good publicity. Most of the charges were probably cooked up, but so were the Templars, literally. Hundreds of them were found guilty of heresy and flamed grilled at the stake. They died protesting their innocence.
Were they innocent?
But surely Philippe had no proof of his charges against the Templars.
A man will admit anything under torture. The Inquisition fabricated some nonsensical demon called Baphomet, and then suggested to the victims that this was what they worshipped.
But they didn't have to agree.
The records show a Templar coming to trial with both feet burnt off. Fragments of flesh and charred bone falling from the stumps.
Grim.
What would you not admit to stop such torment?
So there was no truth at all in the Baphomet accusations?
Not a shred. Almost every victim described the idol differently. No, Baphomet never existed outside the sick minds of the Inquisitors.
Wow. History's grim, isn't it?
So Philippe stole the Templars' riches, huh?
Oh no, they weren't stupid. The king's troops marched first on the temple in Paris, then to the Templar home port at La Rochelle. There was no trace of the treasure, and the fleet of the Knights Templar had set sail.
Fascinating. Treasure's still out there.
I'd like your opinion on a medieval manuscript.
Vraiment? Do you have it with you?
No, it's too fragile. And besides, there are certain people who'd stop at nothing to get their hands on it.
Intriguing. Do you have a copy of the text?
There isn't much, only a few Latin phrases. I was kind of hoping you'd help decipher the pictures.
Without seeing the manuscript, that's a tall order.
Just tell me one thing.
What does the image of two men riding on the same horse suggest to you?
The Knights Templar. Does the Templar seal appear on this manuscript? I'd love to see that for myself.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Can you tell me anything about the Knights Templar?
I sure can, Georgie. Soldiers, diplomats, mercenaries, monks, bankers, you name it, the Templars fit the bill. The greatest fighting force in Christendom, the militia of Christ.
Jeez.
And don't call me Georgie.
How did the Templars get their name?
From the building in which they set up their headquarters. The King of Jerusalem gave them part of a mosque on the Temple Mount. It was said to have been the site of the original Temple of Solomon. The order became known first as the Knights of the Temple, and later as the Knights Templar.
You're a mine of information, Andre.
Glad to be of help, Georgie.
Stop it.
How come the Templars became so wealthy?
There was a constant stream of new recruits to their ranks, many from noble families. They
Makes
were
sense.
required to swear a sacred oath of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So, their money, goods, and lands were donated to the order. The Templars soon held land in France, Scotland, England, Spain, most of Europe, in fact. The poor Knights of Christ became the wealthiest power in Christendom.
It is fascinating.
The manuscript is being looked after by a friend.
In Paris?
Yeah, not far from here, in fact.
Well, just give me the address and I'll come round and take a look.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe I should check with her first.
A female friend?
Yeah, she's a woman. Maybe it was my imagination, but I noticed a predatory look in his eye. Suddenly, this friendly historian had turned into the big bad wolf. Is it true the treasure of the Knights Templar was never found?
Who knows? So little knowledge of what really happened remains. Or, if it does, the truth has never been made public.
What do you mean by that?
The Templars have attained mythological status, like the King Arthur of the Britons. There are people even now who say the Templars still exist.
Do you think that's likely?
No,
Assassin's Creed.
not for a minute.
I'd like to shake you by the hand, Andre.
Not now, Georgie.
Oh, I'd nearly had him.
This friend who has the manuscript,
Oui, the anonymous girlfriend.
she lives at 361 Rue Jarry.
Ah, I know it well. I'll drop
Wait,
by.
what?
Just as soon as I can.
Wait. How do you...
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
What a creep.
He was a thin-faced, pallid guy with a questionable taste in outlandish clothes. My mother used to dress like that.
Oh, we've not seen that one.
It was a statue from ancient Egypt. Those old civilizations sure could teach us a few things about art and beauty.
It's true. I do think there's a reverence for history in part of this story game as well. Oh, this guy! He's hardly changed.
In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine." Excuse me, officer.
And how may I help you?
Shouldn't you be off directing traffic or something?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. or I can sit here and enjoy the sun, the architecture, and the so-so Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
Yeah, that's true, George. George isn't exactly the height of European culture.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
Fascinating.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh,
Is that all you can say? Oh,
I did wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac, but it didn't seem polite.
take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician. My TV has been acting up. Could you fix it?
I doubt it. This isn't my ID.
Don't tell a policeman that, Joe, honestly. Hey, what do you think of this?
Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Does it mean anything to you?
Do you belong to some obscure arm of the Masons?
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level.
Differences are just huge.
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies. Whoa!
Yep. Let's not think about any derrieres, George. I think he's probably safest.
A knight's tomb, his effigy in marble lying in perpetual state, waiting in prayer for the judgment day. A knight there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world, I guess. A stone knight lay on the church floor. The second stone knight in a row of 4 lay on the church floor.
Third stone. Kidding. I'm kidding.
Just think, there's a dead guy under there.
There's a dead guy under pretty much everywhere you stand these days. I mean underground.
I was surprised Philip le Bel had left this place alone. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work.
Different shields as
I
well.
wondered if this guy had died in combat. I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported. A scroll was a symbol of scholarship. I knew that much. Per disciplinum meum lux videbis. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess.
But what if? He's definitely failing those checks, yeah. Guess we're not ready for that bit yet.
A huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors.
How about now? Okay. Plan B. Sewers. How do we distract the policeman?
Hey, you! What do you think you are doing? Leave that comer alone.
It's maintenance.
Sorry, no harm intended.
You stay away from that.
Like you stay away from traffic.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Would you like to shake?
I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key.
Worth a try.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A prosthetic nose. Very significant.
It is?
No, I am just having a little joke.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern. Beyond that, who knows?
Hey, this guy's pretty smart. Draw some plaster of Paris.
Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose candy. I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
What do you mean?
A typically Parisian sidewalk cafe. Last time I visited one of those, it blew up.
I decided I was happy enough right where I was.
Cannot interact with his drink in any way. Go back to Nico, tell her what we've found. I'll be coming back there. Rujari, isn't she? I am impressed that she just lets me walk in out of her apartment whenever I want. That's pretty cool. I'll be staying there soon, I'm sure.
Hey, Nico.
Oh, hi. I didn't expect you back so soon.
Everything okay?
Let's take another look at the manuscript. The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin, through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Gem. Teachings. Light.
That's the gem that Pegram found in Lochmarn.
Fine. What have you got for me?
Have you found out any more about the Knights Templar?
Yes, I have. The guy responsible for the downfall was Philippe IV, the King of France, otherwise known as Philippe le Bel.
I've heard of him.
Well, he is known to history as Philippe the Fair, but I doubt if the Templars called him that. I'm sure Andre will tell you all about him.
I've spoken to Andre. I got nowhere. He wouldn't even shake my hand. I'm not going to ask her to shake my hand.
I'll see you again soon.
Okay.
We've already done Andre. Maybe it's time for Plan C. Although it feels a bit early for Plan C. Do one thing. There's still stuff to do there.
As I reached toward the display case, a shrill piping filled the air. I froze, then tried to get myself together and act nonchalantly.
Now, what did I tell you about touching the exhibits?
Was it you can touch all you want so long as your hands are clean?
Not quite, monsieur. It was do not touch, not ever.
Oh yeah, that was it. The case contained the tripod shown on the manuscript.
I need it. I want it. It's getting a bit stuffy in here.
Attention! Please do not open the window, monsieur.
Don't you think
Oh,
it's
okay.
kind of stuffy in here?
Better stuffy than dead.
What's the problem? Fumes from car exhausts?
Not just that, monsieur. There's a new burger bar opened up across the street. The Laughing Buffalo.
So what's the problem?
They cook their burgers on a charcoal grill. And the fat falls on the open flame. The
Sounds
amount of
great.
organic compound and smoke particles released is astounding. Since they opened, local air pollution has doubled. And it stinks like a funeral pyre. That is why I keep the windows closed.
Okay, but hear me out. Ta-da! How to make an American disappear.
This is ridiculous. I could be here for hours.
Alright, Plan C didn't work. What's in the urn?
There was nothing in the urn.
Answers the question.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Does the guy in this photograph look familiar to you?
No.
Do you recognize this white powder, Andre?
No.
He's not very good at this game, is he?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Alamut is the name of the place where the Hashashin were based.
Where is it?
Somewhere in what used to be called Persia. I'm not too hot on modern geography, I'm afraid. The most recent map I have shows America as an English colony.
Still is, isn't it?
Take a look at this nose, Labino.
It really doesn't interest me, Georgie.
What about this tissue?
What does this tissue mean to you?
Nothing.
What do you make of this?
It's the biggest gemstone I've ever seen. Where did you get it?
From Professor Pegram's messenger boy.
Did Pegram find this on his dig?
Yeah, the site where this was found was a Templar castle. Do you think it could be part of the Templar treasure?
No, I shouldn't think so.
That's it?
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
I'm going to touch it again.
No, monsieur. No, et no. Okay, okay.
Sad now. You won't let me touch things. Oh, this music is so nice.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Let's try
Look at
it.
this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless gem under people's noses?
So either it's glass or I'm mad? I didn't like to think about that for too long.
He's not wrong, though.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
I need him to either keel over and die or leave. But his sherry isn't dropping. He's having small, tiny little sips. You don't give me anything on the window, do you?
A huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors. Per disciplinum meum lux videbis. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
I agree.
It was a large blue gemstone.
Can I put the nose on his nose? Oh, okay.
Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff.
There's no one
But I
here.
wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack.
So it will come off. Got no water for plaster of Paris. You absolutely won't do this, will you, George? Right, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. We've failed all of our history checks today. Well, for this last little bit. And we failed our animal handling with a goat as well. I'm going to dip out, guys. Thank you very much for keeping me company with this one. Hope you're enjoying it. Thomas, Mike, always nice to have you in chat. Thank you to the new subs as well. Always nice to have new people in. And anybody who's been lurking, obviously you're welcome here as well. It's great to have you. Hope you're enjoying the series. We will be back with this tomorrow. for our final Broken Sword stream of the week. Normal time, about 4 PM UK time. I'll throw up a scheduled stream in the next couple of minutes. And tonight we're back with some Dragon Age Inquisition. We're in Deep Roads, kind of similar to the bottom of the Irish castle. This time we're fighting monsters, not just dust and plaster of Paris. But I'll be back for that. Yeah. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you all, hopefully, the next one.